She says, in no uncertain terms, Mr. Carter did not do this. It is effectively a lie. And the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to involve him, pushed to include him by a lawyer.
And of course, new developments in the Jay-Z story that are good for Jay-Z means that the media is really quiet right now on this story. What attorney could we be talking about? I just can't guess.
The accuser's lawyer, Tony Busby, called it a blatant lie that he pushed Jane Doe to sue Jay-Z.
So to recap here, it really started late last year in 2024. There was a demand letter sent to Jay-Z to settle with regard to an allegation that would sure as hell appear to be completely false. I'm reluctant to even repeat it. I'll put it on the screen, but this is outrageous that this type of thing could get into the media and go around the world, and now we find out it's false. The woman, of course, files a civil case that, of course, is now withdrawn with prejudice, meaning it can't be brought up again. And now we have a recording, an exonerating recording for Jay-Z.
He did not assault her.
But Jay-Z, you're saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. It was strictly, yeah.
The woman is also heard saying her lawyer put her up to suing one of the world's most recognizable stars.
He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him. With Jay-Z. Busby did? Yeah.
Do you know why?
See what happened there? By some amazing coincidence, Tony Busby always seems to have clients that target black men who have a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars, and in this case, 2 billionaires, Sean Combs and Sean Carter, and Deshaun Watson, who is a multimillionaire. Wow, what an amazing coincidence. That just keeps happening, that he just happens to find all the people in this world who have millions and billions of dollars who have committed some sort of sex crime in the last 30 or 40 years. Isn't that uncanny? I mean, if this isn't extortion, then what is? You're effectively saying to somebody, look, if you don't give me X amount of money, I'm going to put out into the public that you did this thing. And by the way, if you notice, there is no criminal case here, right? So Sean Carter is not subject to any criminal case. This is civil that, of course, they dropped. So they dropped the case. And while all of that's going on, the media is publishing false information. And of course, they're covered. They're shielded from defamation because that information was in a civil suit. So all they have to do is quote the civil suit and say, wait a minute, we're just quoting the civil suit. It doesn't matter if this information that we're publishing is completely incorrect and destroying somebody's reputation. We're just quoting a civil suit. You see the game? And then the attorney, Tony Busby, puts a ton of pressure on the target, in this case, Sean Carter, to settle out of court, which is what most people would do, because you wouldn't want your name all over the internet associated with this type of disgusting conduct, disgusting criminal conduct, because people see the headline, Jay-Z accused. They don't read the details. Everybody knows that. It is the oldest trick in the book. By the way, there's a parallel story going on right now with regard to Gloria Allred. Very parallel story. I'll get into that later because this is enough to handle for now. But you see, the way the game works is everybody gets paid, right? So the media gets its clicks and its web traffic. The attorneys possibly get paid out. So if Tony Busby if his client had gotten into a situation where Jay-Z would settle, Busby's probably getting a third or a fourth of that money for the settlement. So he gets paid, everybody gets something. But I will say bravo for NBC and ABC for looking into this. But still, his name, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, his name is now associated online all over the place with a horrific crime. How do you get restored from that when that information is false? That's why this discussion about Time Sullivan, David Enrich, it's very interesting, his book, But this is the part they don't want to talk about. When the media publishes information that they don't check first before publication, that is factually false. Nobody seems to care about what's false anymore. Their attorneys, their general counsels only seem to care about what we can publish, what we're allowed to publish under the First Amendment with the protections of Time Sullivan, because we're not being malicious. This is not malice. We can put this in here because it's in a freaking court filing. But nobody's asking the question, is this information true or not? This is Lauren Burke. I'll be back soon.